In this video, we're going to talk about how to achieve true happiness and a common misunderstanding that people might have about happiness. We ask you to consider returning the energy shared in these videos through PayPal or Patreon to unlock flow for yourself and so that we can continue sharing the source truth and guidance. More empowerment and clarity to you. You can learn so much in life, just like Tony Hawk. You know, he became the best skater ever. He took things to a totally new height. But he wasn't happy, right? It was boring for him to now be a pro skater, and he needed to always have new tricks. He needed to, because you know, it became a business in a way, right? He couldn't just enjoy it. So people mostly might have thought that, okay, he's the best skater ever, life must be so brilliant for him. But he wasn't happy. So then we realized that, okay, so that wasn't the secret, right? That wasn't the secret to truly mastering life. And then, of course, you're smart enough to understand that the same goes for surfing, right? Or rollerblades, or cooking, or building a business, or satisfying your parents, right? It's not about any of those things. So just imagine not doing any of them. Just don't do any of them. You are going to achieve something that can't be achieved with those things. And yeah, sure, all of those things can bring joy and happiness to your life if done correctly, but those aren't the secret. So what is the secret? Well, if it isn't about going out and pursuing all of those things and those highest levels of achievement within those things, then maybe it is about just sitting still, just being able to just sit here in the moment, just master presence, just breathing, being here now. And of course you can't do that forever. I mean, you would want to go out and skate a little also, but completely let go of that idea that you need to go out and become the best skater in the world and then you will be happy. I'm not saying that that is what you thought up until now, but you have that same type of mindset in your life unless you have discovered that the true happiness and contentment is in happiness and contentment itself. And that is not something you achieve through other achievements. You achieve that through happiness and contentment, which are choices. And if you don't have those things, well, then you don't have them, and you would want them, and you're not going to get them by becoming the best skateboarder in the world or whatever else that are kind of similar in a way. So are you practicing happiness and contentment? If that is what everyone wants to achieve, but so many people have misunderstood and thought that it comes with being the most famous person in the world or being the best skateboarder ever. Are you choosing to sit down and master happiness, master presence, master neutrality? Or are you still chasing that achievement by practicing something that is totally different? if you become the best skateboarder in the world, then you are the best skateboarder in the world. It has nothing to do with happiness. And understand that you might be doing this right now. You might be doing this in your day. You might still be a little caught up in that idea that happiness comes when you have achieved that level of success you thought you wanted in that thing or another thing. Happiness is happiness, and the only way to achieve it is by achieving happiness. And it comes with practicing happiness, choosing happiness, choosing to be in the moment. When you understand what happiness is, it's much easier to direct your attention towards happiness. Happiness is the moment. Happiness is who you are. Happiness is neutrality, centeredness, presence here and now in this moment. And you can't achieve that in any other way than practicing happiness. Thinking that you can achieve ultimate happiness by becoming the best whatever else in the world, then the best at happiness is an illusion. It's just not going to work. And anything you choose to pursue in life, if it should be the best skateboarder ever or any other achievement, can be a truly great experience if you are truly happy. But the happiness doesn't come from those things. Also understand that happiness has nothing to do with laughing. Laughing is laughing and happiness is happiness. And laughing is a very fun and often enjoyable experience. But it has nothing to do with happiness. But it could indicate that that person who is laughing is in a good mood. But you also have such a thing as an evil laugh or an uncomfortable laugh. And you might be misunderstanding and thinking that a good laugh is happiness, or a giggly attitude is happiness, or dancing and singing is happiness, but it isn't, not at all. But you might be happy while you are dancing, but dancing in itself is not happiness. Experiencing the moment and true happiness, presence, contentment is a very next level experience. It is not something you are familiar with in the lower frequencies. But when you have raised your frequency enough to experience it, you will know. You will know this. It is simply you being you, without any of the lower frequencies mixed in it. It's just you being yourself in the purest form of who you are. And you want to experience that to the highest degree possible. The more you are yourself, the better of an experience it's going to be for you. And understand that that experience can only come from you being you. And the higher of a capacity you have to be you, the more rewarding it's going to be. And you can say that it's the peak of beauty, but it simply just is. It's a very neutral and truly happy, almost ecstasy-like experience. But it just is. The sooner you understand that this can be achieved by practicing it, simply taking time throughout your day to intend to be happy, neutral, centered here and now in the moment, the sooner you're going to master that achievement. Anything that is pulling you out of it, or shadows you might have, can be dealt with, let go of, and you will have a greater capacity to experience this neutral, present, happy ecstasy experience. And the sooner you understand that this experience does not come from being the best skateboarder in the world, or being the most famous person in the world, or any other achievement, the sooner you can get right down to business and achieve true happiness without wasting your time and your energy with something that isn't going to work. So achieve happiness by choosing to be happy. Practice happiness. You can simply choose to be happy right now, and you will get very used to being happy, and you will increase your capacity to be happy. You will increase the amount of time throughout a day where you are happy, and eventually you will find yourself to be happy constantly, because that is who you are, and you will have learned to be true to yourself, to be yourself, and you will be truly happy. So happiness exists in the moment. And for you to experience complete happiness, you would want every part of yourself to be happy, neutral, in the moment. If any part of your experience isn't of happiness, then you can choose to deal with that shadow, and you will experience a greater level of happiness. If you have been used to experience extreme excitement and giggliness and laughter as your version of happiness, and that is totally fine. It's just a phase. But that's not the way it's going to be on the highest frequency. It's just a matter of how do you perceive that thing that made you so giggly, and can you rather perceive it in a way that make you happy. And yeah, there were good feelings and whatever in the way that made you laugh and shake and be all giggly, but it's not as neutral and mature and high frequency as you eventually would want it to be. It's not all beneficial to be someone who can have such an extreme reaction to certain positive things. Because if you are one of those, you can reflect on the type of extreme negative reaction you can have to negative things also. And you will see that it's just a matter of being polarized or depolarized. And it's a matter of having a great capacity to be neutral, not emotional. And recognize if you think that truth, highest frequency, is truly the most beneficial experience for you. If you think that it is, then recognize if you are willing to get to the next level, to let go of being polarized, so that you can have a more empowered experience, where you have more control. Not because it isn't fun to be giggly and feeling all excited, but because the dark side of being that type of a person with that type of a frequency is rather an unpleasant life experience. They go hand in hand. It's just the opposite side of the coin. If you have benefited from this content, consider returning the energy through PayPal or Patreon. You get out of this whatever you put in. More empowerment and clarity to you. Thank you.